Hi, Otto here for Bavarian Autosport. Today, we're going to show you how easy it is to change the oil in your BMW or Mini without even getting under the car. We'll be using the Lubramali synthetic motor oil, man oil filter, and the oil filter removal tool. The tool is used to remove the oil filter cap with a 17mm socket, extension, and ratchet. We'll also be using our protective gloves, oil absorbent mats, the ultimate funnel, and the main tool for this job, our vacuum operated oil extractor. Note that we do want the oil warm, so make sure the engine is at operating temperature. First, we'll remove the oil filter. Notice that we have one of the oil absorbent mats in place to catch any oil drips while removing and replacing the filter. Let's remove the oil filter canister cap. We'll use the special tool along with our 17mm socket and ratchet. We're using a 1/2-inch drive socket and ratchet here. You could use 3/8 drive, but the 1/2-inch will allow you to apply more torque. Once loosened, fully unscrew the cap. On most applications, the filter will pull out along with the cap. On some applications, the filter will stay in the canister. Simply pull the filter out in this case. In normal operation, the canister is filled with oil, even when the engine is not running. If the drain valve in the canister is functioning properly, the oil will drain from the canister when the cap is unscrewed. Bring the filter and cap over to the absorbent mat and pull the filter from the cap. Temporarily place the cap back into the canister while you discard the old filter and access the new one. Now we'll install the new filter. The filter comes packaged with a new O-ring seal for the filter cap. Also included is a new seal ring for the oil pan drain plug. Today, we will not be removing the drain plug. Use a small screwdriver or pick to remove the O-ring from the cap. Install the new O-ring into the groove in the cap. Double check that the O-ring is properly seated in the groove. Install the filter to the cap. Now, install the filter and cap into the filter housing. Notice that you must press down on the cap in order to start the threads. In doing this, you're pressing against the spring-loaded drain valve in the bottom of the canister. Fully thread the cap into the housing and finish by using the tool and ratchet. The torque on this cap is 18 foot-pounds. Check the applicable Bentley repair manual for torque on other models. We're now ready to extract the oil from the engine oil pan. We'll be using the new oil extraction tool, which works through the dipstick tube. Remove the dipstick. Insert the tube fully until it stops at the bottom of the oil pan. Connect the tube to the extraction pump. Pump the tool to build a vacuum, which will extract the oil. We can now see that the oil is coming up through the extraction tube. Give the tool a few more pumps to build a good vacuum. Now we just wait a couple of minutes. Okay, now the tank is full, and we can hear air being sucked up through the extraction tube. Make sure the tube is still inserted to the bottom of the pan. Let the tool continue the extraction until the vacuum is depleted. Pull the tube up slightly. This will help the oil to be cleared from the tube. Remove the extraction tube from the tank and install the plug in the tank. Remove the extraction tool and remove the extraction tube. Install the dipstick. We're now ready to refill with fresh oil. We'll be installing the Lubramali 5W30 long life synthetic oil. We have 8 liters here since this engine requires 7.5 liters. Check the applicable Bentley repair manual for the fill quantity on your model. Remove the oil fill cap and install the ultimate funnel. This funnel locks into the oil fill port in the valve cover. This will prevent the funnel from flopping around, falling out, and creating spills. We'll start with the larger 5-liter jug. Since the ultimate funnel actually locks into the filler, we can just pour the oil right into the funnel and actually fill it right up inside the funnel. We'll now add the single-liter bottles. You can certainly purchase 2 5-liter jugs and save the remainder for top-ups or even for the next oil change. When pouring a fluid container like this one, don't pour the bottle held vertically, as this will not allow air to enter the bottle. Hold the bottle horizontal or sideways and pour from the side. This will allow air to enter the bottle as the fluid exits. We'll only be using half of the final bottle. You can take note of the oil level in the bottle via the sight window. Okay, that looks good. We'll now check the oil level. In checking the oil level, remember that the oil filter housing is empty. We need the housing to fill with oil before we check our final oil level. In order to fill the oil filter housing, we must start the engine. Remove the funnel and replace the oil fill cap. We'll let the engine run for a minute or so, then shut it off, wait a few minutes for the oil to drain into the pan, and then make our final check. So, let's check the oil level by first wiping the dipstick indicator and then inserting the dipstick and checking the actual level. Okay, that's right at the full mark. Don't fret if this level is slightly over the full mark. That's all there is to it. We barely got our hands dirty, and there was no crawling under the car. Perfect.